It's always amazing to see these famous paintings in person.
Outnumbered cowboys ride for their lives, fleeing pursuing Apaches in A Dash for the Timber, Frederick Remington's 1889 masterpiece. And a card game explodes in gunfire outside a saloon in Frontier, Montana, in smoke of a .45, a 1908 gem by Charles M. Russell.
There's other painters, of course, that were working at that time, but these two artists really established the Western genre.
Russell and Remington, still America's two best-known Western artists, whose work captured the Old West as it was vanishing into history. And you'll find two of the best-known collections of their work in Fort Worth, Texas, at the Amon Carter Museum of American Art and the Sid Richardson Museum.
They were very good friends, and they knew each other quite well.
Like Russell and Remington, Carter and Richardson were contemporaries, both successful Texas businessmen in the mid-1900s, and friendly competitors when it came to collecting the work of their favorite artists.
He was very interested in that cowboy lifestyle. It was something that both he and Amon Carter were very interested in, and the history of the West and kind of the Western heritage of the Fort Worth region. And so I think it was that kind of idea that was drawing them to these subjects.
Today, the Remingtons and Russells they acquired are shared with everyone at the museums that bear their names. The Carter houses a total of more than 400 works by the two artists. It's amazing to see these legendary originals in person. A much different experience than looking at them in a book. There's Russell's rowdy cowboys crashing a bar in Without Knocking. Remington's old-time stagecoach of the plains rolling down the trail at dusk. And Russell captures an Indian village on the move at dawn. It's Western art that set the standard by two very different Western artists.
Two artists couldn't be more different in many ways. Russell was a self-taught artist, and so his style gradually evolves over his career. Remington, on the other hand, was a little more trained. He had some training at Yale, but by the end of Remington's career, he was really trying to move away from being known as an illustrator, and he wanted to be known as a fine artist. So he was really kind of developing almost a what I call an American Western Impressionist technique in the last decade of his work.
The Sid Richardson collection is smaller in number, 52 Russells and 24 Remingtons.
This collection might be one of the smaller collections of Remington and Russell's works, but the quality of the collection is very, very high.
The Richardson Russells span Charlie's entire career. The Remingtons are from the last years of his life.
The late Remington works that we have in the collection, they're of such high quality. We have 5 very beautiful nocturnes. Our most famous Remington is probably Buffalo Runner's Bighorn Basin. It's a particularly beautiful piece that I think combines the captured motion and energy of the kind of work that Remington is so famous for. One of our most important works by Russell is one of his predicament paintings, Man's Weapons Are Useless When Nature Goes Armed. And it's a particularly humorous scene, and I think it really shows off the cowboy artist and his storytelling abilities at his heights.
Many excellent books have been written on Remington and Russell. Both were born in the 1860s, and both men were gone by 1926. But the Wild West their art captured of cowboys, Indians, and a vanished way of life remains a powerful influence on our perceptions of the American West to this very day.
They were so known by the public in their own time and day, and after their passing, they've just continued to be looked back to as kind of the source imagery for Western art. And I think it's important to keep in mind, too, that the Western cinema looked to Remington and Russell's work for stagings and settings, for Western movies, Western television, so that it's really become an enduring part of the visualization of the West through the work of these two artists.
And you're welcome to visit the Old West of Remington and Russell next time you're in Fort Worth at the Amon Carter and Sid Richardson, where admission is always free.